emotionally used this frustration out on these men. To the point now that they have broken noses, in a wheelchair, and damaged, as well as their families emotionally. The South Carolina black activists came up here to share the real narrative. We understand that some people don't like protests. But we also understand that some people understand the reason to protest. And the reason to protest is not to compromise, but to make a demand for the rights that were promised to us when we were born an American citizen. A lot of people said that we're not with them and they're not us. I want to make it very clear that the protesters here are not activists. The protests in this city of Rock Hill are tax-paying, African-American, white, and other races, tax-paying citizens. They try to tie us into that narrative because they don't want to give us the answers. We've been here for 3 days now. And I want to make this very clear. 2 black men were assaulted. Where's the clergy? Where are the community leaders? Where are the state house representatives? However, I do have to give credit to some that have been out here speaking for their people. And we are thankful. But we need to make it public to every media looking right now that it is completely okay for people of color to be frustrated peacefully. And it was a peaceful protest. Our first night, not one person was arrested. Granted, we had some things that were out of our control. But I want to make it very clear again, when we got to this city, we reached out to law enforcement to open up a table of conversation because we said that you have a city of frustrated tax-paying citizens. That if you don't open up communication or open up that table, that things could happen. We tried to initiate that conversation first, but they never put that in the media. They only put the negative narratives in the media. I want to tell you that Black Lives Matter is not a group. It is not a group. It is a way of people that understand oppression,
a movement,
that come together and say enough is enough, that we don't want to see our family members, that we don't want to see our friends have to be treated differently by the color of their skin.
Side of it, or how they goddamn hair look.
Shh. And we want to be very clear and professional. We will not take compromises that law enforcement are currently using from their so-called people that they can talk to, that can issue out a statement and tell this black community that everything's going to be okay without having a conversation with the black community in the first place.
Come on.
I'm negating everything they said. The black community is not okay. The black community is not satisfied. That is why they're coming out here. They're not coming out here to burn down the city. They're not coming out here to be violent. They're coming out here to say, hey, can you please listen? On that note, I'm going to hold my emotions and read this statement on behalf of the coalition. After that, I'm going to open up to the floor of many coalition members that stand here today. Different backgrounds, different religions, different sexualities, but all together as black people, on how we feel about the 2 young kings with the last name of Price, their mother, their great-grandmother. So the next time that Rock Hill decides to say that we are violent, you remind them that we can hold a peaceful press conference and let them know while we aren't violent, we just want to be heard. Give me a second. This is the official press conference from the South Carolina Black Activist Coalition. One second. Okay, here we go. I'm coming. Some moment start calling me. Okay, there we go. To Chief Chris Watts, and again, excuse my voice. Let me say it again. To Rock Hill Police Department Chief Chris Watts. It is without question that the actions of the officers under your employment today regarding Mr. Ricky Price and Mr. Travis Price are not at all in line with the ethical treatment of the residents of the city of Rock Hill in the state of South Carolina. The event seen today on film in living color, free of instruction from offices such as yours, is an indictment on your police department. The video shows your officers involved in deplorable, unnecessary, inexcusable, and excessive force taken against both Ricky and Mr. Travis Price, well-being, and have civil liberties. To add insult to the injury, the memorandum released by Lieutenant Michael Chavis as an official statement from Rock Hill Police Department is an example of how your agency sees to paint a wayward picture of our young black men and women as violent, drug-dealing offenders, worthy only of the kind of force shown by your officers or worse. Your joint task efforts with the Department of Homeland Security, an accredited agency that dropped the ball in bringing justice to millions of Americans, while the whole world watched in shock and dismay at the events that unfolded in the now infamous January 6, 2021, the insurrection of the United States. To give credit to this agency is no more acceptable than the imposition that we as a community would be willing to accept such actions and the wayward attempts to justify them. For these events go without swift reprimand would be an indictment to us as a community. Which means if we did not protest, it would be an assault to our people.
Come on.
At the time, we would like to direct your attention to the mission and values set by your own department. And I quote, to be highly respected leaders in law enforcement, dedicated to providing quality police services while holding ourselves accountable to the highest standards of excellence and integrity. That's in their book. It appears highly respected only serves a limited few and a particular group of stakeholders, maybe not people of color. To protect and serve and cultivate community relationships to ensure safety and security for all. Events like today show the falseness in your culture and the credit by which you operate in the real world. Even a mere child can speak to the infractions of your agency has committed against our peace. A child can also see that in order to cultivate solid community relationships, especially those that you protect and serve, your agency would first need to know them, which means you would need to know the black communities. Good policing, decent people capable of love, tolerance, respect, seeking to empathize with the plight of the community, willing to invest in prosperity and education. And again, I quote the handbook of Rock Hill Police Department. Communities that have been redlined by an unjust network of good old fellas that lock people up like Mr. Ricky and Mr. Price for doing everything possible to survive. Men and women like Price, brothers, are forced to do so without the help of law enforcement programs, services, and interventions. Things that do not make it easier to become less disenfranchised, but certainly easier to become incarcerated. If this is the only kind of support and empathy you have for us, we do not want you, we do not need you, and we do not require your services. Lieutenant Chavis' official statement issued in the media, he showcased that exact sort of implicit bias in violation of our rights as a concerned citizen to the community that we cannot stand for. The statement reads, and I quote, Price made an illegal turn and changed lanes unlawfully, being stopped by officers. And later in the statement he says, based on prior interactions with Price, officers called the K-9 unit, no evidence, prior interactions, the K-9 unit, when they were truly performing a traffic stop. It is easy to see the events that unfolded today would not have transpired in that way if true rights occurred. The officers of the Rock Hill Police Department, the Department of Homeland Security Task Force, created a hostile scenario, and I want to go back. They initially created a hostile scenario. Before they pulled him over, the scenario was already created. Because we tend to see in this state that as local for me of Charleston have to cry for every day of a mass murderer that has been convicted of killing 9 people, was able to be incarcerated, and not just incarcerated, he was taken to Burger King. But we have to have black men, no matter their background, no matter their convictions, no matter their job title, beating to death almost because of the color of their skin. Why is it different? That is why we hit these streets. We don't hit these streets for violence. That is why we hit these streets, and I'll continue. The coalition demands, on behalf of the people of Rock Hill, the family of Ricky and Travis Price, that you immediately drop all charges because this arrest was unlawful. And I dare you to try it in court that it wasn't. The city of Rock Hill demands that you issue a bond. It is not fair for you to try to hold us accountable and get mad, Rock Hill City Police, when we hold you accountable.
Even murderers get bonds.
When we hold you accountable, it shouldn't take shields or anything like that. When we are telling you we want you to be held accountable, they haven't even released these officers' names and we know them. The Rock Hill Police Department officers involved and those of Homeland Security, we want the federal officers held accountable too. We demand a full account of details, a report to be released to community without bias or any fraternal order. In closing, make no mistake about our position. They said that we were okay by speaking to a few leaders and say it takes time to watch this video. Make no mistake in our position, we are not okay. And we do not want time.
Right. Time's up.
We will be unrelenting in our efforts for equal protection. Equal protection. We're not asking to be protected more. Equal protection and equal rights. And we will not have it any other way. To be clear, your agency does not work for the state of South Carolina. Your agency works for And I quote in the Constitution, we the people. That's what your agency works for, we the people. And we are a part of the people. It is the people that makes this great state. And the people that matters the most. And if it's not in your professional capacity and in your heart and fairness to do your job, we ask that you step away. If any part of your imagination leads you to believe that we will stop seeking justice, fairness, or equality, or that we can somehow be forced to stop organizing, stop protesting, and stop fighting for the cause, we command that you ask the good Lord above to help you hold your tongue. Because that is who most certainly will need help for us to have peace. It should not come from us. For where there is no justice,
there's no peace.
For where there is no justice,
No peace.
For where there is no justice, there will be no peace. The community of York, the community of Fort Mill, the community of Rock Hill, we are not satisfied. They are tired. All they want is equal treatment. South Carolina Black Activist Coalition has reached out to the Department of Justice for a federal investigation against Rock Hill Police Department. We are demanding that these officers be fired. And again, due to unlawful arrest, we are demanding a bond at least offered.
Unlawful search.
At this time, I have some people at the coalition. I have some family members of the Price family. I want to make it very clear. They can come out here with bats. They can come out here with shields. Our job is not to be violent. We are coming out here because you won't offer us a seat at the table. You won't offer us open communication. And you won't open your ears. And maybe now you faced a little bit more resistance in Rock Hill than you're used to. That's never going to let up. Because from now on, when there's an injustice to racism in any city in this state, it's not that city's issue. It's the state of South Carolina's issue. So I'm going to pass the floor first to this queen, followed by this queen. I'm going to pass it to Queen Brittany Martin, who was incarcerated yesterday. Powerful queen of Mixed Sisters United. Thank you very much for your time. And lastly, I encourage the black clergy. I encourage the black community to come stand with us, as well as our allies. Yes, black people are oppressed, but it's not just a black fight. We need everyone that believes in ethical manners and equality to come stand with us, to come say, I want them to be treated the same way that I am treated. I believe that was in the Constitution. And what America seems to forget is for a long time the Constitution was never built for black people. And the only way for it to change is if y'all actually start building it for black people. Thank you for your time very much. I'm going to let the family speak. Thank you.
Hello, everybody. How you doing? I'm Latasha Hinton. I'm in. It's LATARSIAOA. Last name Hinton, HINTON. I'm here basically protesting for Ricky's rights, as well as Travis Wright's rights. Everybody knows that's seen the video that the statement that was released by Rock Hill Police Department wasn't totally true. People that seen the tape, they can also agree to the fact that everything that took place in the article that they stated wasn't true also. First of all, me knowing Ricky personally know that his car is registered for 1. He have a driver's license for 2. He had car insurance for 3. If you have all those things in the state of South Carolina, just because you're a known felon there's no equal right that gives them the right to search his vehicle. First, they released a statement said they searched it because he was a known drug dealer. Everybody got a pass. You can't represent and judge no one off of their pass. Second, they came out on the video. He asked the officers, what was he being charged with? The officer clearly said on the video, marijuana, weed, as he called it. Thirdly, when he said that, Ricky responded to the conversation with the officer and told him clearly, that's not mine. But he was still willingly to put his hands behind his back and let them put handcuffs on him without resisting. So there was no need for what they did. He wasn't arrested. He was mauled like a dog. That's what he was. There's no way, no ethical way speaking, no right way speaking, that what they did to him was acceptable. Even Travis, they attacked him with firearms on their side, which could have easily went off and blew up everybody by a propane tank. So, Rock Hill City, I've been here. I used to stay here for years. But this has been going on too long. It's time for everybody to stand up. So many people are so scared to stand up because after all this right here is over, they'll ride down the road and start getting harassed. I witnessed it yesterday, myself, going to get food for the supporters. The police officers followed me from the city of Rock Hill all the way to Cherry Road because they knew I was out here every day since day one. And I'm going to continue to be here every day after until something is done. So, is it right for him to be in jail without a bond? No, it's not. Because the judge went off of his past, not off his current situation. And that's not fair at all. And now they're speaking about they want to revoke his bond that he's out on, but he's innocent until he's proven guilty.
That's right.
So there's no way possible why I stand back and let them treat him unfairly in any kind of way. Because he got rights as a citizen just like everybody else in America. Regardless if he got 50 charges, he still got rights. And I want to see justice served, and it won't be no peace until he get a bond. Protesting, like I said today on my social media page, we want peaceful protesting. The stuff that happened last night, we don't agree with that. It was kids out here. We're not pointing fingers at nobody, saying who did what, but it needs to change. If you're going to protest, do it the right way. But we protesting against Rock Hill Police Department, York County, South Carolina. We need to get in touch with the governor, mayor. Ain't nobody spoke up. So that's what we need. We need answers, and we demand answers. Thank you.
Hey, everybody. Thank y'all for coming out. Again, my name is Brittany Martin. I'm the founder of Mixed Sisters United. I'm also involved in the South Carolina Black Activist Coalition. Mixed Sisters United. This here is my co-founder, Crystal. Brian. Our organization, we are a nonprofit based out of Sumter. What we are the bridge to other organizations. We are connected with the new Black Panther Party, the original Black Panther Party, the Muslims, the Israelites, the coalition, one common, everybody. We have a lot of contacts. So that is why we are Mixed Sisters United. Now to speak on my piece about what's going on here, the reason I'm here. After seeing that video, when I seen it, it immediately made me feel some type of way. Every time I see a video, it hits my soul. Me personally, I don't understand how any one person of color can turn a blind eye and a deaf ear to their people. I don't care what your position is out here. Ain't no dollar. All money ain't good money. Ain't no dollars out here. We don't need they dollars. Y'all got to understand that. The movement is growing so strong. So strong. We self-sufficient. We take care of each other. They think we don't have no unity. Look at what we shown y'all the past couple of days. And tell me black people can't unite. That we don't unite. But it is the difference between black people In the rest of the world, whenever we do something, black on black crime, it's magnified. It's put in the media. We magnify it because we've been conditioned that way. When we do no more than you white folks and you Mexicans or whoever else out here. Y'all have just as much white on white crime, Mexican on Mexican crime, same thing. Y'all in y'all communities, we are in our communities. We are a special people, which is why we keep getting picked at, which is why we keep getting tried for 400 plus years. For 400 plus years. Now y'all want to see, we're talking about 400 plus years of oppression, of pain. Last year for George Floyd, I felt a glimpse of what my ancestors went through. I felt a glimpse of what my elders went through. I was arrested for peacefully protesting, charged with 7 felonies. At that time, I was a breastfeeding mother. And I was taking care of my elderly 80-year-old father. They stripped my father from me. Stripped my baby off my titty. You understand? So I could just imagine what my people went through and been going through. And y'all still stripping us. Taking people kids from them. Black people are tired in every way. I'm so glad we ain't standing out here today for a black dead man. Yes. For a black dead man today. Yes. We ain't gotta wait till you're dead no more. We coming. We coming. Me personally, I'm blessed, honey. Blessed with His grace and God's mercy. Me personally, I come in the name of Abba Yahweh. I come in His name. I march in His name. I fight in His name. And I'm going to keep coming in His name. I was born for this. Born for it. I'm going to live for it, and I'm ready to die for it. I love my people. This shit is not a game no more. I got a grandbaby who going to live. Who going to live. And if it take his grandmama having to tear this motherfucker up for him to live, no, ain't no excuse my language. This is what I talk like. That's what it's going to happen. I know y'all got some activists up here. Like I said, we're all different organizations. We all have different feelings about this, okay? One thing about it, we just come together, unite. Yes. But we all roll differently. Me personally, Mixed Sisters United, we believe in straight fighting back. And we don't believe in no peaceful shit. For the simple fact, how can I meet anyone with peace when they're not giving us peace? I'm not being met with peace. So I got to meet you where you meet me at. That's the only language we're going to understand. And I keep telling my comrades, we out here marching. We out here talking. This ain't doing nothing. Me personally, I want blood. Blood for my people.
Freedom of Dells.
They came and arrested me yesterday for trying to protect a sister that was scared. All she tried to do was block the intersection off like we had been doing to protest. They came up on her. She panicked. She panicked and took off and came right on here. So what I went out there to do to try to help her negotiate, she's scared, they aggressive. Let somebody be the mediator here. Let's form a line. Wait a minute, let's talk. Y'all don't even want to talk. Y'all have no empathy, no sympathy for my community. None. And not even until you black devils. Till you Negro pins. That's out here. That's out here. Locking your people up. Seeing they cries. When I went in that jail yesterday, I said, y'all arrested me for my words. Y'all ain't gonna shut me up. I was still in there screaming, Black power, Black love. And I'm gonna keep screaming it. And it was a black man booking me in. And I schooled his black ass. How you gonna sit here and book your sister in when I'm right? They arrested Malcolm. They arrested Martin. Rosa. Our people used to go sit down, have sit-ins at coffee shops just to get served. Just go sit. People protest in every kind of way. So with that being said, whoever, if they want to come out here and burn something up, Miss Sisters Unite wouldn't dare say stand down.
Burn the shit up.
Don't get me wrong. I'm not going to join them. I'm not going to get to burning nothing down because I got something to do. I got my calling. That might be they calling to go and burn this motherfucker up. My calling is to feed us. That's what Miss Sisters United do. We boots on the ground, and I'm an executive chef. We're going into farming. Because soon, you motherfucking, the system, y'all gonna sit here and even cut off our food supply. But guess what? We're gonna have it. Y'all not gonna starve my people out. That is our mission, to feed God's people. That is my calling. That is my job. Everybody else, everybody, all of us, black people, you all have different jobs, different positions, different places in this movement. Find your place. Come and save your people.
Figure out what side you
We will not, we will keep, I'm not begging to sit at y'all table. Fuck y'all table. I don't want it. I don't want it. Me and my people need to come to the table on our own, and we got to heal together first. We got 400 years of healing in us that we got to do before we can even sit down and negotiate with the next motherfucker. And that's real. Now, I'm going to speak now. I'm going to speak with me saying that. Just because I'm in love with my blackness, just because I'm in love with my people, don't mean I don't love you. It don't mean I don't love the next. I respect you, and I still respect you, but I love me. You see what I'm saying? In mine. And that don't make you racist. That make you real. That makes you real. If you wake up in the morning and you put your black ass face in that mirror and you don't love who you are, your background, your culture, your people, our story, you've been wrapped, you've been caught up in the system. They say Willie Lynch. Let me tell y'all a little bit something about Willie Lynch. They said Willie Lynch was the smartest motherfucker that came to destroy our people and do what he did. But Willie Lynch ain't do shit but lynch his motherfucking self. It's his kids the one out here cracked out. I don't care if they edited it. It's his kids out here running up in the goddamn Capitol.
Blowing up shit.
Tearing each other down. It's his kids. He ain't lynch us. They lynched their motherfucking self. Our people rising. What took our people out, we would have been took this motherfucker back over. What stopped us was the crack epidemic. Y'all came and dropped that motherfucking crack off to my people. And it's the truth.
It's the truth.
It's the truth. Y'all got them hooked on them drugs. Put all these liquor stores in our neighborhoods so our people can't wake up. And I'm calling my people. Wake up, black man. Stand up, black man. And get up, black man. Because the queens, we ready. We ready. We've been out here pushing these motherfuckers. And it's been the queens. Thank God we've been having our strong king. We've been having some strong kings behind. Commander, I love you. But and Justin, I love you too. Forgive me, my brother.
I know. You good. Come on.
But we ready.
All right.
Because we birthed y'all. We love y'all. Don't stop me.
Black power.
Now listen here. I'm going to say one more thing and I'm done.
Black power.
The mother. I'm the mother. I'm the mother. We birthed the motherfucking devil. We birthed y'all ass. That's why we got to be the one to take y'all ass out. And I'm ready. I don't give a fuck no more.
Freedom of death.
I don't give a fuck no more. When I told y'all yesterday, when I was getting arrested yesterday, when they caught me on that news saying, kill me now. Because guess what? Whether they get me out here, even if they come lock me up, it's going down. In or out. Revolution. And I will die for this shit. In or out. I don't give a fuck no more. And I speak for all of us. I'm speaking for the ones that's scared to say this shit I'm saying up here. Because I ain't scared of none of you motherfuckers. I fear nothing but God. Nothing but. That's all mixed sisters had to say. Black power.
Black power.
All right, so I'm going to close out after this king right here. And you know what? She has every right. Black people are tired. Might have made some of y'all uncomfortable, and that's okay.
But we've been uncomfortable.
You know? So let's give it to this king, and I'm going to close out. But again, I just want the city to know we are not okay with your little tokens of offering. I think that's basically what she was saying, but we want justice. And we're not going to move until we get justice. It's not a threat. It's just a community of black people that are tired. I think that's the right definition, right?
Yes.
That's right.
Standing
From the rock kill people,
rights.
the community of black people that are tired. I'm going to give it to this king, and then I'm going to close out. Thank you so much for coming out. And I encourage every black person, white pastor, black pastor, come out and say something.
Fuck them pastors. Tired of these pastors leading my people to the slaughter. No, we don't chill. I'm always trying to chill.
Introduce you real quick. I'm going to introduce you real quick.
Okay. All right. Hey, everybody. Now, Mr. Justin here, I talked to earlier this morning. Okay? We came from out of state. Now, he can talk for him, but I'm going to talk for me real quick, 2 minutes before I introduce this celebrity man back here who took his time and booked many hotel rooms and spent much money bonding people out.
Thank you.
Okay? People who really care about the community. Everybody out here might not say they're not an activist, but I'm here to tell you right now, you looking at one. And you looking at one, you're looking at an angel that breathes fire. Do you understand me? My name is Sister Tina Marie. I am from North Carolina. I run a teen advocacy group. Part of that advocacy group is human rights. Now, for all those people out here that voted Trump, I'm going to tell you what this looks like, okay? Let me break something down to you. If you look on social media, if you see a video, if you know and what it is, then you got to be out your mind if you got to say, hey, that didn't happen. Those people went in there in the White House and didn't get charged. All right, Andrew Brown was murdered unlawfully. Okay, all the other people were murdered unlawfully. I'm here to tell you right now, Rock Hill, you do not need another dead black man on your streets. Okay, I just came from Elizabeth City. They have been marching 60 days plus. It has cost the city over $400,000. Over $400,000. So each and every last one of you who get tired of paying your taxes to a community who don't give nothing but 2 cents to you, you need to flood your councilmen's offices with letters. You need to keep calling the chief of the police department who is not doing anything. Because every day that they are out here, it is taking money out of the education system. Every day that is out here, you are putting this county and this city on the map with a negative vibe.
Yes.
How did Mr. Justice say? Where are my politicians? Where are my community leaders?
Yes.
We're not going to say F the pastors. No, we're going to say where you at. Okay? Because when you want something done, you do it in the masses.
Thank you.
I'm up here right now. I'm going to introduce Mr. Darrell Kelly. Mr. Darrell Kelly is a producer. He is an artist. He is an author. He is a man that is educated in the Word of God. Okay, he is here to say that he is here for everybody, but he is for his people first. Let me get that clear. You can be for your people first, and nobody should have to feel any type of way about it. I want everybody to give me a strong black power. No, I said a strong black power. A strong black love. A strong black unity. And before I leave up out of here, let me explain something to you. Black power is not black supremacy. Black power did not kill a whole genocide of people. Black power didn't put little dead white boys on the streets. Black power did not allow people to not learn the truth about their history in school. Honey, that was white power. Okay? So let me get something together right now. This man is coming up here. He has a message for you. I want y'all to look him up on Instagram. I want you to spread his message. Because every dead black man or woman that's going to hit these grounds, he going to be there. He going to write a song. And unless you want your city to go down in that song with the negativity they have already cast, unless you want to explain to the entire country that the thousands upon millions of people that have seen this thing go viral, you didn't see the right images. You're crazy. Maybe you need glasses. He gonna be right here. Everybody put your hands for Mr. Daryl Kelly together.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Hello, and how are you doing today? My name is Daryl Kelly. I'm a worldwide music artist. You know, I write songs for George Floyd, Breonna Taylor, Jacob Scott. I write songs for a lot of people who died because of police brutality. You know what hurts me this evening is I sit here and I hear what happened to these two black young men who was stopped and harassed, and they got a broken nose and a broken leg. I didn't hear nothing, no one had said, what are they going to do about the police officers that are accountable for their actions? But yet in there we stand here and we march and we come together, but we come together for what? For change. So we want to know what is Rock Hill, South Carolina is going to do about what happened to those two young men who got arrested and who was illegally charged. But the point is, they have broken bones. Is anybody here can raise their hand right now and say that that is acceptable? I want to see hands raised and say that was acceptable. No one's raising their hands to say that is acceptable. So who can raise their hands to say that these police officers should resign and get fired today?
Yes.
I am here for that reason. Because we cannot continue to come out here today and have innocent people to get arrested because they're using their power that was given to them, and that is freedom of speech.
Yes.
I was out here today and I heard several people say that they was recording legally, and a cop says, you come here and arrest the person. That is wrong. That is called systemic racism. That is police brutality. I know you guys are out here, the media are out here, you're doing your jobs. But let me tell you something, our job is just over broke. What we need to do is we need to get together and make changes in America, but starting today and South Carolina. I will not leave Rock Hill, South Carolina, until the people behind me tells me there is no need for us to continue to be here. And that's all I want to say. I want to thank you guys for coming out. And please follow me, Instagram, Daryl Kelly Official. Follow me on Twitter, Daryl Kelly Official. But if you follow me home, that will be stalking. Thank you. Black Power!
Black Power. Woo! I understand that this interview is probably a little uncomfortable for some of you reporters. Welcome to Tired People. So, again, we want to make our demands very clear. We demand the immediate termination of the officers involved. We have their identities. We're going to give Rock Hill Police Department a chance to take accountability and announce their identities. But we want immediate termination. We want a bond set for the man that was abused.
That's right.
The man that has a broken nose.
Talk to him.
But they want to hold.
Where's the mayor? Where's the mayor? We want the mayor. 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 We want the mayor.
All right, hold. We do want the mayor. They holding this man accountable without taking any accountability for themselves. So we do want that bond. And the last thing we want, and I'm going to be very clear on this, we want a seat at the table with the mayor, with the police chief. And we don't want a seat at the table with these community leaders that never meet with the black community of Rock Hill. We want the black community of Rock Hill to have a seat at the table. If you're going to
meet now. When do we meet now?
If you are going to have a seat at the table, make sure that that ambassador is speaking for the people. That is speaking for the people. We send prayers to the Price family. We send love for the Price family. We send love for the entire state that has been tirelessly out here. And we don't even live here.
And just now, I'm about to bail myself out.
You good? Chill out.
Feel myself.
I got you.
Because I'm sleeping in this parking lot today.
All right. I'm going to tell you right now, one of the officers, y'all let me speak.
Sorry.
One of the officers that was involved in this crime graduated from the same college that I did. See, they tied me in to be violent, but I got a bachelor's from Winthrop University, this same Raquel, and I got a master's as well. And one of the officers that overly aggressed this black man is a school resource officer. I'm trying to give y'all a chance, Rock Hill Police, to identify this guy, but I got to talk my truth. If you can't handle a situation with one black man, how can I expect you to handle situations with black children? Where's the accountability? So again, this wasn't an attack on the other leaders. It was a call to stand for your people and do not back down. Do not back down when law enforcement tries to give you crumbs on the table. Tries to give you little sentiment. Stand for your people. Do not compromise. Because if you compromise once, they're going to expect you to compromise every time. Black people have been compromising long enough. And we aren't asking for supremacy. We just want equal rights. With that being said, we will be out here every day. Spending taxpayer money.
Spending Daryl Kelly money on building someone else.
Take it from the education.
Peacefully protesting. And I want to say this too. You know, there were some incidents that did happen. We came into a city and we really didn't know a lot of the residents. But you can't expect people not to be frustrated. People are going to express themselves because the city isn't listening. But that doesn't mean we're not structured. And don't let that overshadow what the real intentions are. We just want equal treatment. Do we have to put it on a billboard? We can do that. We've got the funds to do that. So I think all the media coming out here, normally I don't call a media press in a city I'm not from. I'm thankful for your support. I know I got a little revolutionary, but that's what we are. But we want justice. We want a bond. All right, and now, sorry, y'all. I'm going to open the floor for questions. And y'all got to excuse my voice because I've been protesting. I've been on the front lines. Any questions from the media? They probably like, I ain't got nothing to say. All right. We good? All right. I'm sorry. Take care, y'all. Yeah. Shh. Protest. Yeah. But don't turn that into your narrative. Rock Hill goes crazy, you know?
If you heard me, I said logistics. I said stay tuned.
Yeah. But no, what you can expect is more people from the state. Right now, Charleston's on the way. Greenville, Spartanburg, Columbia is on the way as we speak. And they can expect the numbers growing as the issue is continued to be ignored. And that's going to be my answer to that. Any more questions? We don't ever stay still.
We're going to have, excuse me, you know what's going on, she has some questions. Okay, now. All right, y'all. We're going to have this, what is it, concert truck here. We're going to be moving this truck. It's going to be playing some of Daryl Kelly's music. He makes movement music. I mean, it's powerful. I love his message. So basically, as y'all can see, all of our voices are gone. We tired. So we're going to let the music speak for us tonight. Tonight is that is our way of protesting, through music tonight.
Last thing. Our protests are kid-friendly. We don't want kids not to be able to come. It's the police that do that, you know? The police come out there with the bats and stuff. if you not noticed, the past 2 nights there's been children at our protests and we've kept them safe. I think that they don't see that again, you know? So I want to say that as well. We got a couple people coming from Columbia. We got one common cause in the building. Again, I don't got a voice. But again, this was basically the state that we are not okay. I heard a lot of press conferences that bothered me that said we are okay. Give time for the tape. Maybe the police did not do the wrong thing. And I wanted to completely change that narrative and tell you we wouldn't be out here if we had a doubt in our mind that the police didn't do the wrong thing. We know what they did. That's why we are out here. That's all I got. Again, guys, I'm sorry my voice is gone, but that's all I got.